Hey folks, how you doing? So here's the promised collaboration, another little collaboration. Not sure if this should be considered collaboration, but I think they are. I mean, collaboration doesn't mean that it has to be necessarily completely new model that is work between both of the makers. I think even when a maker provides a blank for the other maker and he finishes, I'm pretty sure that's easily should be considered collaboration. But I'm sure that there are people who would not take that as a collab. But this is a Sharknivco, Edison Barajas collaboration. Edison is very cool guy, new maker here in Florida. We've met, what was it? It's probably a couple months. I think we made a video when he was here. So you've seen this, and we said that we're gonna do this once. He's gonna send me his knife that he fits the lug and detent, and I will do the same, just blank. And I'll send him one, and we finish each other's knife, and then probably auction it on Instagram. So he was first to send me his blank, and here it is. So this is called Fin. A lot of you guys are familiar with it. Perfectly centered. Originated from his friction folder actually. And gotta be honest, I think it was also inspiration when I did my front flipper, that seeing how kind of fun that is and how many people love it, that it's just different type of flipper, different type of opening. I think that's also what kind of pushed me off doing this design when I seen Kylie's friction folder and I saw the the option there that it could be changed into the frame lock and have that. I mean, it is different. His flipper is more inward than this, so it works a little different in different ways. But it's still essentially still the same thing. You have to grab it the same way to be effective. You still have to, grab it from the side, and then it flips open just like this one. Grab it from the side, flips open. You cannot just reach all the way there. It's not one of those where you have the flipper here. It would be considered front flipper this way, like Andre Thorburn is doing, which are really cool. But this is a little different. So what I did on this was clean chamfer around the edges, 45. All the way around. Then you have nice little radiuses here, nice little curves in the 3 finger jaws, which fits perfectly here, for my small hand. I don't know if this would be considered small or medium. When I buy a small gloves, it's really tight. Mediums are a little loose, so I'm somewhere between small and medium. So nice 3 finger grip. You have the thumb ram here on the harpoon. It has a kind of heat-treated black scale on the flats. And what I went with was circle pattern that copies exactly actually the top part of the handle. You can see it there. It actually like perfect copy on both sides. So the radius of the crop circles on this top half is actually exactly the same as the radius of the handle itself, which I thought was cool. Then the next one is here, and that actually kind of like hacks the index finger jaw. So again, kind of like the same radius to that on both sides. Then one on the back just to kind of set it off there, and I wanted to kind of close it off here. That would give me this cool area in the middle for a creator, to again mix the two kind of styles that I've been doing to create that. Next thing is a pocket clip, another new idea, also utilizing the rotary table. You can see that kind of like a star pattern there. So it has a one center point that is here. You can kind of see where some of those lines meet. So that's your center point, and you have the lines. It's just a straight lines. They are turned around that point. So you're turning the rotary table and just keep going back and forth with the table. And it creates this really cool, sometimes in the future I will make a scale that has that kind of pattern, because I think it's going to be cool. And actually the further away you get, they actually kind of get further apart, so it creates a really cool effect. It's going to be like very obvious that it's kind of like a star pattern or sun pattern or whatever you would want to call it. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. It would be also very cool, I think, if I would set this center to be the pivot. I think that would be kind of nice. So that, and another little thing, it was tricky for me, was his pocket clip actually copies the top of the handle here. And it was a challenge for me, how am I gonna do all the chamfers and the shaping, you know, making the handle nice and comfortable, making the pocket nice and comfortable. So, and I wanted to at the same time make it interesting. So what I went with was, I have a 45s on the outside of the handles. And I figure if I do exactly the same thing on the backspacer and on the pocket clip, but also on the inside of the scale, it's gonna have a very cool effect. And I think it did work out the way I imagine. You see that it looks like, you know, just like a sandwich. You have a chamfer, 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 chamfer. So it creates that kind of like a sandwich look. And I think it's a good looking design. Then he has that little gear pattern. He had just a tiny little marks there where to kind of help you set the gear pattern there. So I used that, and handle was anodized. That kind of like what I was trying to describe on this knife. Where I keep telling you that it's not as green as it looks on the camera. It's much more just grayish. So it's the same color, then stonewash, and then this one is actually bronze afterwards. And to set it off a little bit, pocket clip and backspacer are the high voltage blue, the 85 volt. So that is actually pretty much what you see there. That's that kind of nice. I have no idea about the fancy names for the colors, but that kind of like almost greenish blue, just a nice kind of nice blue. I think it's called Tiffany, not sure. I don't think it's Tiffany, but something close to it. Same with the backspacer, and then I cleaned the gear pattern and I did the bronze there just to again set it off, make it pop there, those gears there. It was nice and flat, nice and lean flat grind, very lean, clean, kind of like high polish, nice and lean edge, very sharp. And then the swedge goes, you know, pretty much like that, the whole line. Purposely it was kind of tricky because I did wanna do the swedge all the way here. So again, like I have a chamfer on the inside of the scale, and I wanted to counter it with the chamfer on the top of the blade here, the tank, just purposely sticking up tiny little bit. There you see, because he does it on his knives, and I wanted to kind of copy it. So I wanted to put that, so that was kind of tricky to make the swedge go actually here all the way here, because it's so tall. We almost ended up with actually like a sharp swedge, but made sure that it isn't sharp. And that's it. I hope you guys like it. It was fun. It was a scary one because, you know, making something like this the first time, you know, first time grinding this blade shape, first time doing this handle, the contouring and everything, shaping, it's not easy. So it is kind of nerve-wracking, but I think the end result pretty good. This one, because it's so small, actually sometimes when I get lucky, when I grab it right, I can actually even flick it this way. Where is it? I can actually go from the top too. It's tricky, but you can do it, which is kind of nice. So you have just one big belly knife. Small knife, but pretty cool knife. What is it? 6 inches, yeah, pretty much 6 inches exactly. You have a tiny little 2 1/4 inch, yeah. Just over 2 1/4 inch blade. From the top of the scales it's about 2 1/2, but the actual cutting edge is just a little over 2 1/4. Big pivot, round like a dome and orange peeled, and it's kind of darkened. Same with the screw. So guys, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for all the support. If you are interested in this, it is gonna be on the auction, just like we promised to each other. You know, it's gonna go on the auction on Instagram. So if you guys are interested, you guys can check it out there. I'll put the link in the description if you want to see it. Guys, thank you. Take care, stay safe, have a great weekend. And remember, don't cut yourself.